Okay, welcome to the continuation of our expedition in the Warhammer Quest Blackstone Fortress. I haven't seen these guys for a while, to be honest with you. I've been busy with other games and other side projects and work and all the rest of it. But now the time has come to pick up where we left off. So as you can see, we have left our maglev in the previous episode, and we're continuing our way into the space station to explore four far corners of this map and hopefully uncover some interesting loot on the way. We have three groups of enemies, two groups of spindle drones, two spindle drones over there, one over there. We also have traitor guardsmen coming in from the left side of the map. We already managed to kill some of them in the previous episodes. You can see some flames, the creation of our pious Vaughn. So yeah, so this is where we are. This is the beginning of a second round, if I remember correctly. So let's move over to our destiny board and roll the destiny dice. Oh, that one rolled off camera and it's a 6, as you can see. So let's go back. We have two doubles, 5s. As a result of Espen Locarno's special rules, sidekick, he can keep one of them. So of course we will slide that one out of the way, and these 4 dice are ready for us to use them. We'll see if and when we require them. All right, so let's move over to the initiative track. Let me put it on the side for you for just a moment. Shuffle the cards. I'll do it off camera. All right, quick shuffle, and Esbern, group number 4, group number 1. Okay, group number 2. Amalin 3, yeah, of course. Let's see if we can do some covering fire. So who can see each other? Well, they all can see each other. So I think we'll move Esbern to the far sorry, to the far end of the initiative track. I suppose he can swap places with Vorn. All right. Who hopefully will help us deal some damage and reduce the number of enemies that will approach us. So group number 4, there isn't any. These were the Orgles, but we only have the effect, the event. Group number 1 is Traitor Guardsmen, 5 of them, and there is a chance for them to respawn, to reinforce. Then of course group number 2, which is 2 spindle drones. So these guys over here will move in and probably shoot us from afar. The problem is that if they move in and start shooting at Vaughn, she's not in cover, so we'll have to move her out of the way. All right, so this is her activation. So she clears off the flames, the inferno. Let's move over to her character sheet. So she rolled 2 2s, 4 and a 5. Right, so she has some options. She could potentially move. She moves for 3 spaces, and then yeah, let's have a look. What options do we have? I think it would be wise for us to hide away from these spindle drones. And what can we do? Say 1 2 3. Place the inferno. Or maybe move twice. Remember that we can use destiny dice as well, and there is a 6. So she has a huge thing here called cleansing flames. So she uses 2 d12s to attack, and this is a huge thing for us. So I think I'm going to risk it. All right, so I'll move twice with these 2. Okay, let's go. So I'll go 1 2 3 4. I have 5, 6 still to use. Let's remember that. Now 1, 2, 3. Yes, now I will use the 6 from the Destiny board, and let's have a look what happens. Right, let me put it there, like so. 2 d12s, there they are. So she attacks 1, 2, 3, the group of these 3 traitor guardsmen. And what happens with cleansing flames is that she ignores cover. That's one thing. Make an attack roll against each other hostile in the same hex as the target. Right, so we're looking for criticals. Wow, 1 damage. not a critical. Right, okay, then we attack this guy. Yeah, critical, so he's dead. Right, get up, mate, get up, be a man. Yeah, and there's another critical, so we killed 2. Right, so what options do we have still? I could use the Vindicator Flamer for one of the dice that she still has in her possession. Yeah, that's what I think I'm going to do. I will use the 5 from her Destiny, from her character sheet, and she will use Vindicator Flamer. That's only 1 d12, okay, and I'll attack the big guy, big boss. So that's another wound. He has 3 wounds that he can take before he dies. I really need to get rid of him. So now I will use one of the Destiny dice, another 5, another hit, another, yeah, and that's a critical, right? So he dies. Okay. Yep. And then I will use my last activation dice from Vorn's character sheet and place Inferno here and here. Okay. I still have 2 movement points, but do I want to move out? Do I want to move out? No, I'll stay here, I suppose. I stay here, and that's that. Okay, I have these 3 figures that I killed, so I need to roll Blackstone dice to check if I get inspired, if I get any inspiration points. So that's 2, 4, 7. I need to roll 7 or less. Oh, it's a 9. Nope. So they go back to the reinforcement pool. Okay, that's 5, 6, 7. Oh, yeah, that's correct. That's correct. No, I thought I made a mistake, but no, that's right. Okay, so that completes Vorn's activation. So we'll flip her card over just to make sure that I don't get mixed up. Group number 4. There isn't anybody in group number 4. So the way I play it, since there were no enemies, no enemies spawned, I still make a house rule that I roll for reinforcements, and it's a 6. It's too high for reinforcements to occur. Let me show you this on the reinforcement table. See, it needs to be 3 or less for almost any groups apart from huge. Right, it was a 6. So for small, which Orgles are, it does not apply. So no reinforcements for group number 4. Again, flip it. Hostile group number 1, which is traitor guardsmen, right? 7 of them. Only 2 remaining. So first things first, we will roll. Let me put the camera here somewhere, like so that you can see. All right, reinforcement 15. Yeah, rolled off camera. It's 15, so no reinforcements, I'm afraid, for traitor guardsmen. But now we'll see what these 2 guys that still remain on the board, what are they going to do? This is their activation sheet. That was an 8. They're both hidden, so 8 hidden advance. So he advances 1, 2, and does nothing. Cannot see me, or can he? Well, I could say that he can see me. It's a flamer guy, So let's say that he can see me. Flamer guy, 4+. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4+, it says move up. So move up, the flamer cannot be fired at this range. The traitor guardsman moved towards the closest explorer instead of making an attack. So he moves in for 1. And then Vorn's Inferno kicks in. So we roll d8 and he burns. Burn, heretics. Yeah, he dies. Okay, he doesn't go to my pool for inspiration rolls because he was killed by the effect on the board, or if they're killed during the Overwatch, they do not count towards the inspiration rolls. So he goes back to group number 1 reinforcement pool, right? So the other guardsman, let's have a look what he does. 15, charge. So he does 1, 2, okay? And what charge says that move towards the closest explorer, then attack an explorer that is adjacent. There are no explorers that are adjacent, so he will move again. But before he does that, let's see if he doesn't die. Nope. So he moves 1 and again and a critical. So he dies. And same as the flamer guy, he does not go into the inspiration roll pool. Sorry for that. Still have some issues with my throat. Cannot get rid of this nasty cold that I got the other day. So there you go. We managed to sorry for the sound effects, but like I said, this terrible cough is something that I cannot get rid of, and it's anyways, doesn't matter. You're not here to hear about my cough adventures or cold adventures. Anyways, so that was the group number 1 activation. Okay, let's go back to the initiative track. Group number 1 obliterated. Group number 2, which is 2 spindle drones. Yeah, and these are these guys. So let's have a look what they're able to do. Let's readjust the camera like so. It will be quite challenging to show you all of that. Let's see what they can do. Spindle drones, right? So spindle drones, they are hidden. Where is my destiny dice? There it is. 15 advance. Okay, they move 2, so they need to get out of cover, so they do this, and that's all they can do. Can they see anyone? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can they shoot that far? Yes, they can. So he can see me. So he will shoot. But who is he going to shoot? He's going to shoot. The destiny dice will tell us. So 1 to 6, 6 to 12, 12 to 20. Okay, but it's a miss anyway. So nothing happens. All right. So the other spindle drone, what are you going to do? You are going to do whatever it says under 7. It says sneak. So it sneaks all the way there, and that completes their activation. Now Amalyn. Let's see how she rolls with the activation dice. 3, 4. Let's go back to her character sheet and have a look. Oh, 1. It's a waste. Yeah, so I'll just get rid of that. I'm doing that because of the terrifying house effect that took place as soon as we activated group number 4, the encounter number 4. So ones are basically wasted unless I want to use them for recuperation, I suppose. Yeah, but I don't have anyone wounded right now, so that's what it is. So we have a 2, 4, and 4. Okay. We need to start thinking about getting rid of these spindle drones. Maybe I can shoot this spindle drone at number 3 over there. That one, yeah. So let's try and do just that. Let me put the camera down. Is it wide in scope? No, it's not. So okay, so I'm going to spend 2 to move with Amalyn. Amalyn moves 3 squares, 3 hexes, 1, 2, 3. she got there. Is she in range? She likes long range, but she cannot see that spindle drone. So I'm going to use, well, this one is wasted as well. I'm going to use the very last Blackstone dice, not Blackstone's dice, Destiny dice, to move again. She will go in there, okay? And now she has a perfect line of sight for this spindle drone. There's no cover, so this spindle drone hopefully is toast. All right, so let's have a look. 4+, and we roll d12. So we shoot the spindle drone for 1. For 1d12. Let's have a look. Come on. And it's a critical hit. Spindle drone dies. What we need to do is increase the threat level. I'll put it here, not 0. I need a 2. So the more spindle drones die, the stronger they become. Okay, so they were threat level number 1, and as you can see, well, they were threat level 0, sorry. So they are 1 now. Okay, so as you can see, their attacks get stronger and stronger. Okay, so, but as a result of that, we cleared the group. Maybe they reinforce. We'll see about that shortly. All right, that completes Amelin's turn, ability to do anything apart from doing the Overwatch, which I'm going to do. And Overwatch is basically you have to reduce 1 dot on your dice, and then as soon as the enemy comes into line of sight, you can activate before they complete their turn, and perform any action that your activation dice allows. So that's what it is. So Amelin is done. Let's go back to the initiative deck. And where is there it is. Okay, let's have a look if the hostile group number 3, which was 1 spindle drone, if they reinforce. It's 11, so they don't. So this gets flipped. Espern and Thaddeus. Okay, Espern, my boy, let's have a look what you can do. Oh, 1, look at that, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Perfect. So we lose that. We know that already. Okay, let's go back to the board. There's not much we can do. We need to clear that off. Because we can't go in there to loot. And we don't want to... Unless I close in on the spindle drones, and if I'm within range of, well, up to 3, I can roll d12 and maybe kill at least 1, and then finish them off with Thaddeus. Okay, he moves 2, so I'll do this. 2, 1, 2, 3. I want to get into cover because I don't know what's going to happen with the initiative track in the next turn. So he goes 1, 2, 3, and he stays there. He's in cover against these spindle drones, but he's also 3 spaces away. So he will use his last tested activation dice to use his 3rd eye and shoot them with d12. Okay, and let's have a look. Maybe we can get rid of at least 1. It's a wound. So we hit that one. It's a 2nd wound. So this spindle drone dies, and now it goes up. The threat level goes up to 2. So this spindle drone is pissed off. All right, he's not a happy robot. He ain't. We don't have any activation dice left for Espen Locarno, so the only thing he can do is roll for inspiration. So only 1 is, well, almost 7. 1 was there, almost there, but no. So no inspiration points for Espen Locarno. So yep, Espen is done. Thaddeus, the Purifier, can you finish them off? Thaddeus has a grievous wound as a result of the challenge that we encountered. Wow, that's very good. I think we can make it if we're lucky. Why? Because we will spend the 2 and a 4 to get into position together with Esper Locarno over there, and he can use the last remaining action dice. Oh, I shouldn't have used... Oh, never mind. The activation dice for his Servo Stabber for 5+, which 6 is, obviously. He can shoot twice, yeah? Carry out each attack one at a time, one after the other. The target chosen for the second attack must either be the same or a different one, adjacent hex, Okay, so we shoot with 2 d8s and we pick the better results. So the attack number 1 wound, yeah. So all we need is just another wound, yeah, and it's a critical hit. So the spindle drones are very upset, yeah. I'll put it on their encounter card. This guy is dead. Before I remove him, let me roll for inspiration. No, 16, no inspiration points. He goes to the reinforcement pool. And that's it. That completes our turn. Okay. And now we need to roll for the event, which is number 3. Ooh, this is not going to be good. The low rolls are usually bad. Unfulfilled destiny. Do not make a destiny roll at the start of the next turn. Oh, thanks a lot, mate. Thanks a lot, right? Okay. Right, so that completes our turn. So let's begin a new one then, okay? We don't do the destiny roll, so let me do the initiative then. We still have 4 loot locations on the map. What I think I'm going to do, because maglev has already, the escape maglev has already been spawned, so I think I'll go into 2 directions. I'll tell you all about it in just a second. So Amalin starts, Pius Vorn, Thaddeus. Wow! I honestly, I shuffled that. There's no doubt about that. I really did. I hate cheating in games, and I wouldn't cheat myself, right? That would be terrible. So let me show you what my strategy is. Where is Vorn? Vorn is on this side. So I think I'll go in that direction to pick it up. And these 2 guys will go and pick up number 4. This might be quite risky and challenging depending on my reinforcement rolls, but I'm going to risk it anyway. It's one of the very first missions, one of the biggest ones. I have the option to have 4 loot cards, which is a good start, always a good start. Okay, so I'll swap places on the initiative track. This is the covering fire, Vorn with Amalin. The reason being is that I want to get rid of these off the map so that the way is clear. The path is not lit. The beacons of Minas Tirith are not lit. Sorry for that. It was stronger than me. Okay, so Pius Vorn activates. Oh, come on. She loses these 2, can't do anything with these. So I think what I'm going to do... this is quite risky, because if they reinforce, I'll be in hell. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'll do it like that. 1, 2, with the very first activation dice, and this I'll switch to Overwatch. I need to remember about that. All right. So that's Pius Vorn. Amalin now. Amalin. Let's have a look. No, come on. Another one that's wasted. So we have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. I could risk it. I will risk it. So I'll move twice and do the Overwatch. I'll show you in just a moment. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. I'll move twice, so she moves 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She stays in the cover and in Overwatch. Okay, so that's Amalin, Shadow Guide. Okay, Thaddeus the Purifier, the wounded cleric, well, priest. Oh, look at that. Not only is he wounded and he loses 1 activation dice, he also rolls 1. So not good at all. 1, 2, we might move in and switch to Overwatch, or go down here, yeah, go down here and also switch to Overwatch. Right, so what I'm going to do is this: 1, 2, Overwatch, right? So he spends this to move, turn this to Overwatch, and let's study as the Purifier. Right, Esper Locarno, yeah, my support character that I really, come on, we lose these two, can't do anything about that, and we'll do exactly the same as we did with our priest. So this goes to Overwatch, this is spent to move, so he moves here and stays with Thaddeus. All right, so that will use his activation. So group number 4, we roll for Urguls. Okay, let's see if they spawn. Hopefully not. 17. Nope. Number 1 is Traitor Guardsmen, 7 of them. 4. Number 4. Nope. Thankfully nothing, as you can see on the reinforcement table. Traitor Guardsmen are regarded as small, so that was close, but nothing happens. So group number 2 and group number 3 is Spindle Drones, so I rolled twice. 14, nothing, and 7 also nothing. There you go. Okay, we also roll for the event, which is 8. I think it's a lot better than the 3 last time, but let's see. Not dead yet. The leader must pick one hostile that was slain during the combat and has not returned to the battlefield, and then deploy them as close to an explorer as possible. Oh, come on. So it'll be... No, that's actually quite good. We're still in this turn, so we will use... Okay, who is it that we want to spawn? These are our choices that we can have. So we can spawn either Spindle Drone. If we do that, they'll go all the way to 4. No, there is no 4, so it doesn't really matter. But if I fail and hit them, they will attack me with D12, and I don't want to have that. So my only option is that we use one of the Traitor Guardsmen. But let me go back to who does the least amount of damage. I think it's the Grenadier. Yeah, this guy. Okay, there he is. We spawn him there. It told me to spawn it as close as possible to an explorer, which is perfect, because then we can use our activation dice that we had saved for an Overwatch. And look at that. At the range of 1, which the Grenadier, the grenade thrower is, we throw 2d8s. Let's have a look. And it's a critical fail, so he dies. So he emerged from the portal, which is right there, and he got obliterated with her fantastic power blade. Look at that. Is it in focus? Yeah. There you go. Well, since he was killed during the Overwatch, he doesn't go to the inspiration roll pool. He goes back to reinforcements directly. So that was the event. And that was the the last activation for this round, really. So let's begin a new one, shall we? There you go. Let's begin with our Destiny dice. Oh no, 3 6s, which is great. But look at that. So we need to get. We would have gotten rid of all these 3, but as before with Esper Locarno's psychic ability, we can keep one of the doubles. These get discarded, and also I will immediately discard, or maybe not. Maybe we will encounter some enemies who can wound us, right? So that's that. Let me go back to the inspiration track, and again I will shuffle that off camera. I promise you I'm not stacking the deck. I hate cheating in life, hate cheaters, so I wouldn't be cheating myself, and I enjoy you know, exploration and randomness in these games, and you know, Blackstone Fortress or any Warhammer quest can be sometimes very, very punishing. So there we go. Come on, come on. I did shuffle. I mean, you know, it's not always easy to shuffle all 8 cards to make them random, but this is the initiative track for us. Okay, so let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go with Thaddeus. Yeah. Thaddeus. Oh, come on. So he moves in. Again, we will do it cautiously. So he will move in for 2 and switch to Overwatch. Okay, that's a cautious thing to do. So he moves in 1, 2 and stays in cover, which is good. And that completes his activation. Piers Vaughan. What can you do, Piers Vaughan? What can you do? She could swap the spot on the initiative tracker with Espen, but it wouldn't make any difference. She cannot see Amalin, who's all the way in there. Shall she go in to help her? Yeah, let's see how she rolls. First of all, let's see how she rolls. Okay, she rolls. Oh, wow. Wish we had some enemies on the board. She would have obliterated them. So 1, 2, 1, 2. I think she will, yeah, she will spend these 2 to move in. And switch to Overwatch twice. So she will have 2 2 actions to use during Overwatch if that occurs. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Unfortunately, she's not in cover, but it wouldn't make a lot of difference because the cover doesn't work if there's an enemy adjacent to you, so it doesn't really matter. 1, 2, 3, unless we place her here, so at least she has some cover. We'll see how that goes. All right, so she has 2 activation dice ready to be used if Overwatch occurs. That completes her activation. Esper Locarno, let's see how you roll, matey. And that's what it is. Okay, so that's his rolls. Right, he can go in almost all the way to the loot location, which would be perfect. So 1, 2, 1, 2. He will spend 2 activation dice and go 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, he's just 1 space away, but this is a huge problem. See, if I go in there and do not have any defenses and enemies spawn, I am not in cover from this direction, so I'll take the direct hit. Oh, well, I would take the direct hit anyway, because the cover does not apply if there's an enemy adjacent to you. So shall we go in? Shall we risk it or have to? We'll see what Thaddeus... Well, Thaddeus has 1. So we will have 2. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And how about you? Which is better? Yeah, this one is better. Okay. Yeah, let's risk it. I go in for 2 and I switch that to Overwatch. So I have 2 options between these 2 guys in this far corner to use Overwatch if any enemies respawn. Let's have a look, because it's their turn now. We will roll for the reinforcements for the Spindle Drones, group number 2. It's number 4. Look at that. Let me just double check quickly. Ooh, that was close. No reinforcements. Brilliant. Okay, let's go back, and that's complete. Group number 1, which is Traitor Guardsman, and it's a 6. So again, no reinforcements. Amalin now. Okay. Let's have a look what she does. Ooh, she's going to pick up some loot. right? So she spends the 2, and then spends the 5, and then spends another 2 to move out, and we'll see about that 6. Okay, so let's do what she did, what I just told you. So she moves in for 2, picks it up, clears it off the board, and then moves 1, 2, 3. She moves away. Okay, and she will, there are 2 groups left. Okay, so she will switch to Overwatch as well, and we will pick up our very first loot card, which is an Archotech. Just 1, but still, I'll put it on the side. This is what we collected during the mission. So as you can see, this is what the map looks like after all heroes, well, explorers, perform their actions in this turn. Now group number 4, which is Urguls. Let's have a look if they spawn. 19, they do not. Group number 3, 1 spindle drone. 3, oh, I think that it does. Yeah, as you can see, roll of 3 means that 2 units should respawn. But what was the original number of enemies in there? Just 1. So 1 spindle drone spawns as close as possible to the enemies. So this would be the closest. Yeah. So it spawns here. Yeah, and it falls into an Overwatch. And this is exactly what I meant. So who's going to act first? I think Espern will act first because he can use D12 using his Force Orb Cane for 4 plus. So I can't do that. See? So I will use my D8. D8. Let's have a look. Come on. Nope, nothing. So this activation dice is used. Now, what can the Thaddeus do? Thaddeus can use his at the range of 2, 3. Do we have the range? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the range is there. Do we have the dice required? Yeah, on the 3 plus, attack once. So I attack once with 2 d8s and pick the better result. It's only 1 wound. Okay. So it's like that. There's nothing else we can do apart from activating that spindle drone, who is very pissed off. Threat level number 3, and it will attack me with a d12 if I remember correctly. Oh yes, it will. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, threat level, all ranges 3. Spindle drone threat level. Use the pulse weapon line on the chart that corresponds to the current threat level. See below. So yeah, the threat level can never be higher than 3 and drops back to 0 at the end of the combat. Yeah. So it's behavior chart. It can, well, hopefully we do not roll anything bad because they can sometimes attack twice. Let's have a look. 11. She's close. Range to the closest visible explorer is 2 or 3 hexes. No. Engaged, adjacent, yeah. And it was 13. Onslaught, that's what I meant. Onslaught means that she attacks twice. Attack the closest explorer that is in range or invisible to the hostile. Then attack the closest explorer that is in range of and visible to this hostile. This may be a different target if the first explorer is taken out of action or another explorer is equally close. It's not, so it'll attack me twice. What is Espern's defense? Wow, it's just d6. So the drone attacks me twice. So in order for us to save time, I will roll, like that. You know what I mean? So the very first attack, nothing goes through, nothing is defended. No defenses, 1 wound goes in. So thankfully, as you can see, Espern has 1 wound, not a grievous wound, just like Thaddeus has, because we can heal that during the mission. This can only be healed when we go back to the precipice and we stop the expedition. So we don't really want to do that. We just, barely started. So there you are. That's what happens. That's how quickly it can change, especially later on when you have stronger and more more enemies in the group. So for example, imagine that I rolled a 1 on the reinforcement table and all 7 guardsmen would respawn here, yeah, and they would all attack Espern. So that's how things can take place. Oh no, 1 1 on the event table is, I think, the worst we could have. All is dust. If any discovery markers are still on the battlefield, the leader must discard one of them. If there are no discovery markers, each explorer loses 1 inspiration point to a minimum of 0. Well, so I'm afraid this one will be discarded. Shame, but it will make our expedition that much shorter. We don't need to go there. So we already collected right over there our loot location number 1. These guys will pick the number 2 spot location, loot location, and then on our way to Maglev, to the escape Maglev, we will pick up the number 3. So we will just reorganize ourselves in the next episode, I suppose. Yeah, hope you enjoyed it. I always enjoy a good game of Warhammer Quest. It's either the Blackstone Fortress or the Cursed City, which I also have and will be playing soon on the channel. And as you can see, all the miniatures are waiting there, painted. So yeah, that's what we're going to do in the future. But for now, we're playing Blackstone Fortress. I really like that game. Tell me in the comment section below if this is something that you enjoy watching. It's not easy to film how you play the Blackstone Fortress, because it takes up a lot of space, and there are bits and pieces like the initiative track, encounter track, character sheets, Blackstone dice, and the rest of it. So it's you have to record it like I'm doing, or maybe there's another way. But anyways, I enjoyed it. Hope you have as well. I'll see you shortly in the next episode, and I promise that it'll take me less time than it previously did between the episodes. So thanks a lot for being here and watching. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. Bye bye.